What's up, guys? Welcome back to the ViceCityGamerz podcast. Just a couple of guys from the Miami area coming together to talk everything gaming. I'm your host, Jay, and I'm joined, as always, by my boys, BJ and Chris. And today we have a special guest, and that guy is Jacob, my IRL in real life brother, who has graced us. Hell yeah. Yeah, so we didn't have an episode 2 weeks ago like we usually do because we filmed it and catastrophe occurred and everything went to shit. So we don't have that episode. So it sucks. So anyways,
2 weeks in a row.
I'll throw my little update real quick. Yeah, right. We're having issues. Yeah. It should get better. We'll figure this out. We'll figure this out one day. But
We got one more time.
yes, sir, indeed. So yeah, man. If you want to give us your top 5, since that was the last thing we did on the last episode, like freaking month ago. So you want to hit us with your top 5?
All right, last time on ViceCityGamerz.
Yeah.
I would say number
Oh, yeah.
1, obviously, Final Fantasy VII.
No.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to start at 5? I don't know.
You guys are brothers, though.
Yeah. We gotta start with
Mistakes
one.
were made.
Yeah. Fuck, man, I don't remember my 5, but whatever. 1, Final Fantasy 7, 8, mainly 7 and 9. 10 was good because of Blitzball. Final Fantasy 14 was pretty damn legit. Too long. Need friends. Don't have them. And Final Fantasy 16 was pretty damn awesome, but you need to do research because that shit's like ridiculous. I'll say number 2 off the dome. Last of Us 1 and 2. I'm gonna say number 3. Pretty sure I'm wrong on this, but I'm gonna say Fallout 4. I think I said. Haven't played Fallout 3 or New Vegas. Want to, but haven't. But seems like pretty damn legit. But Fallout 4 was pretty damn awesome. Number 5. I think I said number 4. I'm sorry. Shit. What the hell was it?
South Park, the fractured butthole.
Yeah, the fractured butthole. Not because of the game, just because the name just hit. Makes sense. No, I think I said. I know number 5. I said StarCraft and Warcraft, and
right, one of those.
4, yeah, one of those two. So I guess I'll say number 4 was Warcraft, just because I put so much damn time into that damn game. And then number 5, I'll say StarCraft, just because I put so much damn time.
The first
into
one,
that
right? You said the first one, right?
Yeah, the first one, because the second one, I mean, it was fun, but like, didn't understand. Like, you had to buy Zerg to be able to play the story mode of Zerg, and I was like, I didn't even get to Protoss because I was like, nah. Like, I played
The
Terran.
microtransactions started early.
Yeah, and I was like, no, I'm good. But StarCraft 1, I think it was called Brood War or whatever. That was damn legit. Playing with all the cousins and all that stuff. So that was fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Very
I think
cool,
I said Mass Effect. Mass Effect. That's what I said.
You did say that last
Mass
time.
Effect. Yeah.
That was just number 3, I think.
Yeah, that was number 3. Number 3 was Mass Effect. Number 4 was
Fallout and then StarCraft.
Fallout, and then it was StarCraft.
Yeah.
Yeah. Edit that shit. Come back and make it sound good.
I'll do my best.
And take away the boxes on the corner.
Favorite console and why?
PlayStation 1, just because that's when, like, I remember playing Final Fantasy 7 and I was like, oh bro, we hit the future. Holy shit, did you see Cloud? He looks like he's like my cousin. He looks real.
Even like a Lego piece.
Yeah, now I think it's Lego, but before it's like, bro, he looks real except he has no fingers. Like, other than that, legit.
Those nubs.
The imagination kicks in, fills in the gaps.
I don't know, man.
Say, what's up, boys?
Yeah, it was like,
fist bumps only.
How do you hold the sword with no hands, no fingers?
He didn't want to catch COVID. I get it. I understand. No, but honestly, man, like, I would say in Nintendo 64, because Mario 64 was
Really
next level. Yeah, Mario 64 was so crazy.
Wow,
that was so much fun. Yeah, that was crazy. That was fun.
Yeah. Well, I don't mean to go off on a tangent off that, but since you mentioned Mario 64, there's some new stuff going on that probably most people won't even mess with, but Nintendo obviously keeps stuff to themselves, and therefore, like if you try to play a game, you got to emulate it, right? And people, you emulate all different games, but N64 is a console that's like notoriously difficult to emulate. There's like weird little things about it, because when you think about an emulator, it's trying to act like the console. It's trying to act like all the chips on the console working together the way it's supposed to. So it's like your computer is being a computer playing the game, and that has always like made things not work perfectly and all these different kind of issues. But some guy out there who's a freaking genius has taken he started with Ocarina of Time, and he did some programming or hacking or whatever and decompiled the game, which means he basically took it apart from N64 and was able to put it on PC. So now you can make a true 4K, 60 frames, whatever your computer can handle, like accurate lighting where the sun is actually what provides the light for everything. So it's dark where it's supposed to be dark and all that stuff. You could add things, you could change where items are, you could change things about the temples, you could change textures, you could literally make Link be whatever game character you want in there. Like they basically did it so that you could take the whole game apart and put it back together. So the reason that's important is because some of these games are basically stuck on the N64, and now if you've got like a halfway decent PC, you could play them looking freaking incredible. And the N64 had horrible frame rate. Like even Zelda, you go back to it, you're like, it's awesome. The nostalgia's there, but like, oh, it's rough. So there's a lot of cool stuff going on with that kind of crap. But yeah, went a little tangent
that
there.
retro space taking off. That emulation.
It's
Did
so
you guys see the Legend of Zelda and Unreal Engine 5?
Yeah, this is basically that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was like a little demo. They did like a little demo, but now they unlock the game so you can download it and just play the whole freaking game however you want. And they're working on that where it's called a randomizer, where they change where all the items are. So you're like, okay, so I'm going to go to such and such place to get the this item because I need it for this and that, whatever. You get there and you're locked out because you need some other item. And now you got to run, like it's a whole new game from scratch. And you could even add text. You could add voices over the games. Like it's literally endless the shit that you can do now with that. But
Wow.
anyways, yeah, man. So moving right along into our previously on X-Men section here, we just had the season finale drop, and oh, did it drop! That shit was crazy. So I took a couple notes, so to kind of guide us, because if not, we'll probably be done in 3 minutes. But yeah, starting at the top here. So Bastion, right, got jacked up by the Squad. I thought that fight scene was freaking crazy. Even Jubilee got a significant hit where she jacked up his face.
Right.
What do you guys think about that crazy ass fight?
Cyclops, bro. Cyclops went ham. Cyclops was so freaking good in that scene, man. I mean, it finally gave the man his dues, man. Like he was just out of this world.
I won't let you hurt any more people.
Nah, bro.
Yeah,
Cyclops,
that gave goosebumps, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cyclops.
nice.
that was my favorite part of the damn episode. That was fire.
Yeah. Not only that, but then Rogue too. Rogue went ham on him too.
She did a freaking thunderclap.
He said,
So that's
remember
it?
it. When she goes,
Yeah.
remember it. What's his name? Remember his name? I forgot what she said, but she goes, remember it. And
Remember.
boom, nails in the
His
face.
name was Remy. Remember it,
Yeah,
or
that's what
something,
it
I
is.
think. Yeah, she did like a thunderclap. I'd never seen her do that before. She
Right.
slammed her arms
Well,
together and
that's
just crazy.
Dude, she went
Come on.
Man of Steel on
But it was-
General
yeah.
Zod on that.
But it wasn't a thunder butt cheek clap because she got none butt cheeks. Which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
there you go.
Oh,
You give what you can get, bro. Like it is what it is.
it wasn't a real thunderclap.
No.
You got those
It
cheeks,
was
like,
a-
you got the hands.
Yeah, the real thunderclap that would have been on another website, not on Disney Plus.
I was thinking Warcraft, honestly. Something like that.
What if Disney stopped the show, asked you if you're 18 or over, and then you
Yeah, right.
Oh.
So you can get like a different rated version of Rogue.
Yeah,
Nah,
she
but,
she
hey,
turns
yeah.
around before she does a thunderclap.
Yeah.
that fight scene was epic. He
Yeah, it
went
was
ham on this dude, fucked his
Yeah,
face
yeah, yeah.
up,
Yeah.
fucked his face up.
His name is Remy.
That's-
Remember it.
She turns around
That's
before
fire.
she does the.
Everybody had their dues in this shit. Even
Yeah,
Jubilee,
man.
like you said in the notes.
Yeah.
Even Beast came in Xenogear style. Had his own little.
Oh yeah,
mount.
Ooh, yeah.
His own sentinel, right?
Yeah.
Him and Cable
Beast came
hooked
in
that sentinel up. It was him and Forge, I think, right? Was it him and Forge?
with it.
They fixed it. Yeah, it was him and Forge.
Oh,
Who
yeah.
hooked up the-
Hey, what did y'all think about the whole part where instead of taking Bastion out, they tried to appeal? Like Cyclops made the decision to try to break through to his like emotional side
Right.
and let him show that his mom was the one that was manipulating everything.
Yeah, too late. You can't put someone's mom
Yeah.
against them. Like you ain't gonna pick
Yeah.
Yeah,
random
but look
ass
at the
dudes against their moms.
circumstances. I think
Yeah.
like the whole, I guess, metaphor that they were trying to use is like he's getting crushed, all the
Yeah.
world's caving in, and
Hmm.
like, how do you
He
say
should have.
it? I
He
had
should
it
Yeah,
have
in
watched.
my
like
head.
it's like, look, we still have leniency, like even though you're about to get
Nah,
done.
bro. Cyclops
But
should have watched Infinity War and learned from freaking
exactly,
Thor and his
you gotta take
mistake.
them
He
out.
should have gone for the head.
Yeah, take them out. You
Take
gotta
him out.
take them out at that point
Nah, but
because
it looked like he was appealing to him. Like Bastion tried
Nah,
to reach for him, and then Bastion got
bro, it was
sucked
his
in or
fault.
he
whatever.
wanted
His
that
fault
Sucked
ally.
up.
that his teammates fucking died, bro. It's his fault.
Yeah,
His fault. Well,
Yeah,
why
he
you
would
can't.
killed so many people. How do you forgive that? To be
Yeah, I
honest,
know.
even if all of a sudden he turns good, it's like, no, he
Nah,
said
you still
he
feel
said he's gonna kill me.
revenge.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
raised by Professor X. That's what Professor X is all about. So he
yeah, but
finally like
killed so many people. How do you
something broke
forgive
through
that?
to
To
him.
be
I don't
honest,
agree
even if
with
all of a sudden he
Professor X.
turns
I
good,
think he's
it's
one of
like,
the worst characters
no,
in X Men
he said he's
history,
gonna
though.
kill me.
yeah. Team Magneto all the way, bro.
The way that
You
they've
got
been like this old anime, he was like the worst mentor you could ever have, bro.
Ah! Like I was like, they're dying. Shit, dude, stop,
he should have
stop
stayed
talking
over
Me
there.
and my X-Men.
Why
to
is it
me.
that
My
always when they have always such a powerful sidekick, but every time
Like, I was like,
somebody does like some
they're
mind reading
dying.
shit, that shit
Stop.
happens. Like,
oh
oh, I
yeah,
got a headache.
ah,
Ah.
He's just as worthless as freaking
such
Green
power.
Honestly,
It
imagine
sounds
how
too like
powerful.
him.
Imagine how powerful it would be if they had Advil in the X Men.
Oh
That would
yeah.
be crazy.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
pop a couple of these.
Yeah.
Such power.
Hey,
Now
but Jean pulled some crazy stuff too.
Oh yeah.
Normally, I'm not very
Yeah.
impressed by Jean. Like, I guess she does her thing, which doesn't make sense to me. Are you a psychic or a kinetic or both, or like do you switch back? I don't get it. But she just hit up Bastion and just cut off his ability to communicate. Like, you couldn't have done that a couple episodes ago, or just
No, but
Bro, that was
what
evil.
what she did to Sinister, bro, when she turned to the Dark Phoenix.
I don't
Yeah.
get it.
Ah,
That was-
yes.
Hit up Bastion to just
It's
cut off his
what
ability to
I think
communicate.
Cable wanted
Like, you
to like,
couldn't have
even
done
though
that
he
a
was
couple
being
episodes ago,
manipulated.
or just,
I think he kind of like foresaw this thing coming because he knew that she had that power inside of him. That's the vibe I got. Like he kind of did that on purpose to her because when she was coming back out, he said, "You underestimate my mother," and that's technically not his mom, but it is Jean. So it got complicated. So he finally like respected her,
Right.
and he kind of knew that the Phoenix was coming, man. And it was dope that it wasn't Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, it was
It
a
was
regular
like,
Phoenix. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. But still strong
that
enough
was
to
pretty
like
dope.
to tear the hell out of Sinister up.
Yeah. And then
And then
morph
morph-
onto that
morph-
dude.
Yeah. I mean, he still looked good. He still looked all right.
Yeah.
He looks like a nutsack.
I mean,
Yeah, the
honestly,
Craig face.
Craig, Craig face.
he looked like Mean
R.I.P.
Girls running around like, oh.
Yeah, what's cool
Oh
about
yeah,
Mr.
right
Sinister
after he
though.
just goes like this.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
like a little girl just runs away.
Yeah, Mr. Sinister, man, like they ended the original series with him basically like getting ready to be a big deal, and then it just abruptly ended. So it's cool that he's back in the mix. And even though he wasn't the number one per se, he started from being a human. He was a mad scientist. He started stealing other mutants' DNAs, and all this crazy stuff that he can do has been like handmade by him. Like you've never heard of that. That's the only person like that. So I mean, it seems to me like there was some manipulation going on where maybe he, even though he was working for Bastion, he had Bastion on his program. So Don't be surprised if season 2 it's Mr. Sinister and obviously Apocalypse because we saw that crazy ending.
Bring out the card.
So we spoke about this. I told you guys about this a few episodes ago after Gambit got killed. I told you that he's going to be the next Horseman, which is Death.
Yeah.
So that confirmed it at the end there when you see Apocalypse, and he pulls that card out, that Queen of Hearts, whatever it was, I think it was, and it's Gambit's card. And he said something about death. I forgot what he said. So much death, my children, or something like that. So that kind of confirms it that Gambit's going to be, Gambit. So I think in the next 4, I don't know if I told you guys this last time, or I don't remember if I did or not, but the next 4 horsemen are going to be Death, which is going to be Gambit, and Sunspot. It's another one is going to be one of the 4 horsemen of the Apocalypse.
Poor
You
kid.
think it's gonna be a all X-Men Apocalypse cast?
Yeah, because you were saying Wolverine too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, well, Wolverine
in the comics.
He comes. Yeah, he comes later on though. He comes later on.
Yeah, but look at what happened. Like they got transported to different timelines. So there's essentially, I think, gonna be like 3 Apocalypse at one time.
Yeah, because you have you have the one where they're in right now, where
There's gonna be a good one in the past,
right, which is the original human,
and then they're gonna be an evil one in the future
right.
versus the Apocalypse that's there in the current.
No shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna work.
With the one in the future was with Cable, and then I think it was that Rachel Summers that she was in there too. That was like the main team.
She was there. She was the
Yeah, so Nathan and their sisters, right? Sister and brother.
No, that's their daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cable's.
Yes.
Cable and her are brother sister,
right?
But she's a
different
younger version, a younger sister, but she's older in this one.
Yeah.
Right.
And then the 2 parents are there. They both went to the future.
Right.
That's awesome.
Where do you guys think Wolverine, Beast? No, was it Nike? No, Morph.
Wait, it was Wolverine, Beast,
Wolverine
Magneto.
Storm.
Beast was holding
Magneto
Xavier.
is with Xavier right now.
Storm. Wolverine and Storm.
Yeah.
It's Wolverine and Storm that you didn't see, right?
Okay, yeah.
It's definitely Wolverine.
We don't
know. If you watch the original cartoon, there's a version of the future with Cable and everybody where Wolverine and Storm are a couple.
We didn't see, right?
I just finished
Wolverine.
watching that episode like yesterday.
So maybe they went into the future too, but just to another location.
They did the nasty.
Wait. So okay, so the ones that are missing are Wolverine and Storm, right? That's what you're saying.
And Morph.
Oh yeah, and then they end up being together in the old ones,
right?
In the 92, 96. Oh shit.
So if the next season follows the comic book, the next 4 horsemen of the Apocalypse are going to be Sunfire, Gambit, Polaris, and Gazer.
Gazer.
Meat gazer.
He sounds bad.
That's what Jose replied to me when I sent him that text that time. Meat Gazer.
Hell yeah.
What's his power?
You can see through pants. Yeah, man. So I while doing a little research, I see that Wolverine apparently after getting his adamantium taken out somewhere along the way, he like loses his nose and becomes feral.
Right.
I feel like Chris is the one who's going to know about this. What's up
I
with
hope
that?
they don't get that wrong.
Well, the last recording that we had, we were talking before, you muted everybody else but yourself.
R.I.P.
I was saying
We lost the treasure.
Never forget.
I said a lot of smart stuff too.
Since
We were all defeated after that.
was being kept at bay because of his adamantium, because his adamantium is basically poisoning him, right? But since his healing factor is there, it keeps it at bay. So now that he doesn't have any adamantium on, his feral side was going to come out because the healing factor is going to be even better now. But at the same time, so now he's going to be overpowered. He's going to be like a feral animal now.
Lucky Storm.
He's basically like Beast but dumb.
Worse, bro. Like a berserker kind of, bro. It's going to be nuts.
Yeah.
And then could you even see it? Because now you even like he could bleed to death when his claws come out. but since he has the healing ability to heal right away,
but dumb.
because it's not like before.
Oh,
Everything's going to change for him. But eventually, like I was saying earlier, he replaces Gambit as the what you call it, the Horseman of Death later on, and that's how he gets his adamantium back. That Apocalypse gives back to him when he becomes one of the Horsemen of the Apocalypse.
And then he just becomes a little bit more human, and then he like starts.
Right. So he reverts to the old Wolverine that we see now.
I like when Apocalypse talks. Oh my god. Between him and Xavier? Oh, buddy.
Yeah, he sounds so worried, but he shouldn't be. He got this.
I like that they kept it classic, like the original cartoons, where it was just weird, but awesome.
Bro, I mean, a lot of all the voices came back from the original cartoon, which is pretty amazing.
They should have cut Xavier's eyebrows.
I like that they kept it classic. Like,
I think I cut BJ off, bro. What were you going to say?
But awesome.
Nah, it's cool. I don't remember.
Just like me.
Love it. I think
Let's see. So, how about Magneto's crazy little arc that he's had? So as we know, he like destroyed Wolverine, right? Pretty messed up. He took 6 claws to the chest, and he seems to be fine. So and then, but yeah, so
look, perfect timing.
Perfect timing. Look at that.
Oh. So something I thought was kind of like when you really think about his whole story, you know. He went from, showing up on episode 1, taking over the X-Men. He's going through his own little internal conflicts. He's like a bad guy, but he's trying to be a good guy. He's trying to give everybody the benefit of the doubt, but eventually it just becomes like, you know what, let's do this Genosha thing and just forget the humans, just have a place for us. And then while in Genosha, he's basically a hero. Like, he is fighting tooth and nail to save whoever he can. Obviously, it doesn't work out. And then it comes to the point that he's just going to destroy the world. Like, he shoots this huge shock throughout the entire planet. I guess it's like an EMP. I guess it just gets rid of all all the electricity. Just shuts everything down. So then there's that.
It reverses the
rotation of the Earth.
Yeah.
Oh wow. So
he's
pretty strong.
12 hours left.
So yeah. So he has all this stuff going on, and then we have the mind game going on where Xavier's trying to basically bring him back, and that whole battle. And the moment that he wakes up, he comes to. The first thing he does is save the planet by stopping the meteor, and I guess somehow sending it to another dimension or whatever. But yeah, just kind of cool to see, and I was reading something, people were saying like, he's one of the best villains out there because he goes back and forth between good and bad so often that sometimes you feel for him, and even though he's a bad guy, you kind of want to hear him out and give him the benefit of the doubt. But
the way I see Magneto is like he's not really a bad guy. He just wants mutant kind to survive. That's his main thing. He doesn't care about anybody else but mutant kind.
He's like an anti-hero.
Yeah, all the atrocities that he survived as a kid with his parents being killed in the concentration camps and all that stuff. He survived all that stuff. And I guess he sees humanity going through that again. So he wants to prevent that by saving the mutants.
What makes his character so great is that he's not wrong.
No.
A lot of times that guy's right. It's just Charles is such a pacifist that it's overbearing sometimes. But if Magneto would just take care of business and like Xavier doesn't get in his way, they probably would have been straight by now.
We'd have so many X-Men by now.
The Genosha would be worldwide.
Yeah, right. Well, what was it that he said? Like, finally I could say, shut up. What was it that Magneto said to Professor X?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
basically
shut
told
up.
him to sit the fuck down and shut up.
Watch
and
this.
then slap the helmet on his ass.
Yeah, I was like, bro, man, finally. Honestly, Magneto is right. Like they've tried. Like, mutants have tried to like coexist with humans, and they're just so scared that even when, even at the end, they bombed them. They didn't even give them a chance to try to resolve it. They're like, oh, bombed them. And, like, Magneto's always been right. It's just like Xavier just...
He's not out there, like, attacking every human and shit. He's just chilling until they attack him. And then he just like, man, fuck these dudes.
Yeah, he's like, Ataki, yeah. Hey, there we go.
You know what kind of ticked me off, bro? You know what kind of take me off? It seems Captain America and Iron Man just sitting in the background doing dick.
Yeah.
Well, they're government.
You think,
They're,
oh
they're
damn, you're
playing
gonna bomb our
politics.
boys? Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
essentially government employees, man. They're not gonna defy the president right there in the war room.
done it before.
Well, that's how the Marvel movies came about. Like they knew, like, oh man, if they take them out, more
They're
movies
playing
for us. So
politics.
they knew what's up.
Remember, this
Yeah,
this
man.
might this whole series might stem into other shows like Spider-Man 98 or something. That
Mm.
Oh boy.
Daredevil, that same animation
Yeah.
that they used, that show never got
Yeah, man.
got lifted off the ground.
Right.
And imagine like starting up in Avengers with this old type of animation,
boy.
you
Mm.
know, and then
Yeah, yeah,
cross-referencing a X-Men versus Avengers type of joint.
yeah.
It would be insane, bro.
Storm would take them all out.
And maybe that incident right there would mean like, yo, I can't do this thing with the government anymore because they're not making the right decisions, and like that shit can break off into a civil war.
Yeah. Well,
I don't
Captain America: Civil War. That's pretty much.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Storm
yeah,
will
yeah.
take them all out, other than like Thor. Thor and Storm.
Ooh,
That'd be a
Thor and
nice
Storm
fight.
going at it.
That'd be nice.
Man, Storm would slap that little motherfucker up.
I don't know, man. When I saw Thor in Ragnarok beat the crap out of Hulk, I was like, oh man. I kind of looked at him different after that. What a beast.
And then we got Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
Bro, that wasn't horrible. If I'm being
No, it
honest.
wasn't
bad.
bad. I enjoyed
That
it.
was
bro.
trash, yo.
I
No,
liked
those
it a
goats.
little bit.
Trash.
Honestly,
Yo, he
I
could
lost it
not-
with those goats. I think I
He
have a
could
goat.
not beat it. He cannot do anything on
That
his
wasn't
own.
horrible.
She had to come over and save his ass.
That was great.
Like, nah, man, that's not.
I love
No,
it.
that's not cool.
He
They
carried the
changed
first
everything.
Hey, but don't forget who slapped up Thor in God of War Ragnarok.
Oh,
Oh, you can't. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see it. We have some issues here, but I just put
The
up
guy that can't
Thor,
jump?
the God of War hammer.
Kratos.
But don't forget who's
Kratos.
The guy doesn't just need to
Kratos.
jump.
The guy that can't jump slapped up Thor, and you're talking about Storm ain't got no chance.
That ain't.
Hold on, hey,
Brian
hold on to
Rose-
whatever you can, man. Hold on to whatever you can.
Hey, Final Fantasy
get-
16.
Guy doesn't
Guy
just
jumps
need
and
to jump.
everything. Just letting you guys know. Great game. Try it.
Yeah. Hey, so
They
So,
gotta jump
and-
Hold on
on.
to whatever you
I will
and
tell you this.
another-
Hold on to whatever you
Yeah, before you go into that, I will tell you
We'll
this.
get-
Any Thor movie is better than any Green Lantern movie, bro.
ooh,
Oh,
The
you're
one?
sleeping though.
Yeah. Hey, so
But
I-
animated, if you go
Hey,
Green
and
Lantern
another-
animated, there's some
That
good
was
stuff out
wonderful.
there.
Even that other one is like a guilty pleasure of mine. The
Is it the
director
one
had
with
no vision. Not to go
Reynolds?
on a tangent. I'll say it real quick so Jay can move on.
Deadpool,
Oh,
right?
Bo, Ryan Reynolds is a perfect Hal Jordan.
Right.
He did awesome. The villain Sinestro, man, that guy was amazing too. Like at the end when he turned, Mark
Right.
Strong's fire.
Right,
But
right.
they had like good actors, but they had no writing in that whole show, no vision, no imagination. You know,
Right.
they did some basic ass shit and it was trash.
To be honest,
But-
I didn't know it was bad until Deadpool made a joke of it. Like I thought it was whatever.
Yeah,
It was just,
I
like,
remember,
okay.
yeah.
And then he joked about it, and I'm like, okay, if you say it's bad, I guess it's bad. Fuck it.
I actually have a script saved on my computer that I started. I started writing a Green Lantern movie. I'm gonna have to fucking send it to you guys. I didn't finish it. It's been there for like a few years.
I could be
Wow.
a Green Lantern if you want. I'll do it.
I might have to share it with y'all one of these days. But yeah, Jay, go ahead, man.
all good, all good. So moving right along, the Xbox showcase is around the corner.
Oh.
June, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm sorry, bro. I gotta stop you again.
Tell me.
What was y'all favorite moment
So moving
in
right
this
along,
finale?
The Xbox showcase is around the corner.
I'll say
the
end
If
when
I'm not
Forge is
mistaken,
trying to figure out what the hell he's gonna do
tell me,
next.
tell me.
Trying to get that group, and then the pictures in the background with the
Right.
potential teams. That's what I was like, oh man. I just like looking forward to the future, seeing Colossus and all that stuff. Kitty, I was like, oh man,
Yeah, he liked that kitty, huh?
she can get it. They go. Where'd she go? Oh, okay.
Passing through the
Nice.
walls. Man.
Yeah, passing through everything.
You're gonna have a hard time hitting those walls.
The sugar walls.
You gotta give it 110%. You can try.
I had two favorite scenes in that in this last one. The first one being seeing my boy Cyclops get redemption and just going ham with all these little things. That was fire. And then of course, Rogue giving Gambit a little shout out. I love that. I love that. Which
before smashing that.
Before smashing Bass and favorite two scenes.
Very cool.
Yes.
What about you, BJ?
Nah, you first, Jay.
To me, I'm a simple man. I like that fight sequence where just the music kicks in, that intro music kicks in, and everybody just goes to town, just ripping this dude up. And I always love to watch people who seem like they have endless power get wrecked. So yeah, it was just fun to watch that. Cyclops. I saw that model that you sent, Chris. I don't know, did that actually happen in the show where he broke his glasses from just the hell of a blast that he put out?
Oh no! That's just a model they put up there. It was pretty cool that I wanted to get.
Yeah, because usually the light comes out and it's probably like a beam that's probably like a couple inches thick or something like that. But when it came out there, it looked like it was a freaking car, like the size of a car just coming at you. He just blasted it. So I just thought that all that was fun. Nightcrawler fighting Bastion was sick.
Oh, yeah.
He was like fast. And now another thing that I don't want to skip on this. I mean, we're all over the place. But apparently in the comic books, what happens in that fight was that Nightcrawler's bouncing around or whatever, and Bastion's so powerful, so fast, that he predicts where he's going to be, sticks out his arm, and all of a sudden Nightcrawler appears with Bastion's arms through his chest, and he dies.
Oh, because in this one he grabbed him by the neck.
Yeah.
Right. And the other one, he grabs somebody by the neck through Nightcrawler.
You're saying Nightcrawler dies?
In the comics, right there.
Oh, wow.
Well, so imagine people who have read the comics and stuff like that were probably like freaking out watching that sequence right there. Hey, but aside from that, Nightcrawler was going to town on him, just fast, teleporting left and right. Love that. What's up, DJ?
Everybody got their shine. I'm gonna be with my boy Chris right there. When they were doing the whole Kamehameha in the center, and Cyclops just like screamed that shit, and then overpowered him, that was amazing. And then the whole Rogue part was up there with me too.
Yeah.
When she gave Remy the shout out and then smashed the dude's face, and I was waiting for a little bit, like, oh, she about to get fucked up, and she just kept slapping this dude up, and then literally
thunderclap cheeks.
But I also like the cameos. I love the cameos. My boy here, back, baby.
So cool.
Mary Jane. Mary Jane survived.
Damn,
you guys forgot your uniform, guys. Yeah, Black Panther came out too. Oh, that was pretty crazy.
Cloak and Dagger was there too. Cloak and Dagger.
Yeah. Daredevil got zapped. I was thinking about that. You remember that I'm the Juggernaut bitch episode? He's like, yo, I zapped your girl. Man. Bow. Oh man,
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was super dope. Like they had so many cameos. They just did like a speed run for the MCU. You know,
Omega Red. They showed
Omega Red fought everybody in this motherfucker.
Bishop,
Omega Red,
but
Bishop came back.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Forge. That was pretty nice. That's pretty good scene.
They opened it up. They opened it up for anything. Potential.
100%. Bishop's swag was on.
Yeah.
100. Man.
Yeah,
he came in like all jolly and shit, like everything gonna be fine.
Yeah. You gotta go back to the game.
Ain't nobody dead. They're just in another time. We gotta find them.
He's comfortable because that's his boy Forge.
Yeah, he didn't know. Forge was ready to zap that dude.
Forge like, who the hell are you?
Oh, you don't know me yet, but you will.
Yeah.
I don't know. Bishop reminds me of Ice Cube for some reason. You know that early '90s vibe. Come on, cuz.
You talking about Ice-T?
Well, he looks like Ice-T, but to me he's a little bit more raspy, like Ice Cube.
He
on,
always
guys-
reminded
That
me
early
of Cable.
95. Come
I
on,
always
cuz.
got him confused as a kid, like
Cable.
him and
Yeah.
Cable.
Nah,
Yo,
Time
Bishop
travelers.
Bishop
looks
could be
like
played by
Ice-T,
Ice Cube
but
with a
to me,
Jerry
he's a
curl
little
from like
bit more
the
raspy,
Boys in the Hood
like Ice
days. We
Cube.
had a Jerry curl on.
I mean, maybe 20 years
Yeah.
ago. Yeah.
Hey, but I'm about to blow your mind though, because Forge kind of looks like him too,
Travelers.
like
Right.
Ice-T with a Jerry curl ponytail.
Like Ice Cube. Let's talk about Ice Cube. Today was a good day. Ice Cube.
Ah, yeah.
Hey, bro,
Indeed,
Hey, but
indeed.
I'm about to.
Hey,
I'm
listen,
about
man,
to blow
put
your
Ice Cube to
mind,
play
though, 'cause
Bishop. That'd be
Forge
pretty
kinda
cool.
looks like him too.
He
Alright.
got to
Like
gain
Ice-T
like
with
he
a
got to
Jerry
gain a
curl
good
ponytail.
60
Smoke
pounds.
it.
Yeah.
Smoke
I don't
it.
want some
Yeah.
guy struggling
Indeed.
to be no Bishop. Bishop's
Nah,
he's
yeah,
a
yeah.
monster.
Freaking beef.
Yeah,
Nathan's been working out, waiting to find his mom and dad and save them. So
We
how
coulda
about we
had
move
Rick
right
James
along?
back here.
Let's move right along to the Xbox showcase because I swear we still talk about games. It's not all X-Men. We're good. We're good. So Xbox showcase coming up soon.
Right along.
There's now pretty good information that Gears 6 is going to make an appearance and maybe even Perfect Dark. So, and then also related to the whole Xbox situation, Call of Duty is coming out day one on Game Pass. That should be huge. And Xbox starts a new studio with the people that worked on Uncharted, The Last of Us, and a few other games. I think it's called Endless or something like that. What's it called?
And
Oh, I didn't hear about
Xbox
this.
starts a new
Really?
You didn't hear about
studio
it? Yeah,
with the
Nah.
people
We got you, bro.
Uncharted, The Last of Us, and a few other
We
games.
got you.
Man, that's
I think it's
fire.
called,
So
Endless.
so
or something?
Sony
What's it called?
Sony jumped the gun and came over to the other side, huh?
No, they got the slackers that we laid
Oh,
off.
get out of here.
Ah, the view.
But you know what? You know who they didn't pick up is the people from all those 4 studios that were shut down that made successful games. I don't. They
That's
listed
inaccurate
all.
statement right there, man.
Are you sure?
But you know what? You know who they
Yeah,
did?
Why-
because
why
they
didn't
got
they
rearranged.
rearranged.
Like some of them got sent to other projects. They just
Right.
they're not
So-
they're not all fired.
They listed
So where's that
all-
at? Because I can't find that anywhere. I actively tried looking after we talked last time.
I'll hook you up after this.
Oh, thank you. So check this. I'm gonna make you even happier, BJ. So the studio seems to be doubling down on narrative experiences. I guess they want to have successful games going forward. So they have Uncharted. They're like, man, Sony, brother, we should be able to get them with a first person. Let's make Gears 6 first person. We got Uncharted, The Last of Us, Cyberpunk 2077, The Witcher 3, and
They're like,
Destiny.
man, Sony, brother.
So they got all the people that we fired, and they're gonna make a studio out of it. It should be fine. So I don't know. What do you think? I mean, Chris, you knew about this?
Yeah, I told you about it.
Witcher 3.
Remember we spoke about it? As soon as I heard it, I sent you a message.
It's
You
called
can't get it.
Elsewhere. Elsewhere
a hold of
Entertainment.
DJ.
I don't know. What do you think?
It's for the
Between the hours
for
of
the
the-
podcast, bro.
I can't get a hold of BJ between the hours of 7 in the morning and 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Elsewhere.
So when I heard this, it's like it was about
Elsewhere
10, 11 in the morning when I told you about it.
Yeah.
Remember we spoke about it?
Yeah, man. So they're trying to make some over the shoulder third person games, I guess. The ones that they talk crap about. So but yeah, in the list of all the people they brought over, they didn't mention the other studios that they shut down. You would have thought this is the opportunity where you say, "Hey, we've got all our people. We're repurposing or reorganizing, and we picked up some people that have made the following games or whatever." I don't know why it's
They're
so
probably
secret now.
taking notes from the from PlayStation and Nintendo that don't say anything when they fire their people. They just let it go kind of thing. So it's like
No, you have to report it.
We're
You
gonna
have to
report this.
report.
We're gonna do this right here. Open a studio with this people and that person. But we're not gonna let you know who's coming to work with them. I'm pretty sure that because that team is not that big, probably, right? It's probably a few people, so they need a team. So why not bring all those people that they just got rid of? Or bring them.
You guys are wordsmiths, man. You guys just always find a way to get it to find the positive in things. You've been doing it for 10 years.
Can't be negative forever.
20.
20? Sorry. Sorry.
This is fine.
You guys are
Everything's
wordsmiths,
fine.
man. You
It's
guys
okay.
always
It'll be
Let's
fine.
see.
This is it.
find the
This
positive in
June
things.
showcase is
For
coming
10
up.
years.
It's gonna shut you boys up.
Yeah.
20.
100%.
I want games. I want games. Just give me some good stuff. I'm happy.
Yeah, exactly.
Give me some good stuff.
They're going to announce Final Fantasy Tactics exclusive for Xbox.
Oh my god. Oh well, man, I will get an Xbox tomorrow. You give me some Final Fantasy Tactics, por favor. I need that.
Hey,
stuff.
the consoles are selling 5-1 now, so whatever can get them back to that 2-1, we'll be fine.
Hey, listen,
Bro.
they're gonna
Nah, that was only in Europe. See? Yeah,
I got things for sale, bro.
The
Give me an
console is
Xbox.
selling
We can
5-1
trade.
now,
Give me an Xbox.
So Final Fantasy Tactics included.
We'll be fine.
Yeah, no, the easy way to get into Xbox is
Nah,
simple,
that was
bro.
a
You get an
good
Xbox
one.
Series S.
See?
They're on a pretty good sales every now and then. It comes with like a few months of Game Pass free, bro. There you go. That's a good way to jump into it.
Quick
No,
question,
The easy way to get it to
because
Xbox is simple, bro.
I know
You get an
nothing
Xbox Series S
about
they're pretty,
nothing.
They're on a pretty good sales. Every
Game
now and
Pass.
then.
Okay, the
It
new
comes with,
Call of
like, a
Duty,
few
the
months
thing that
of
we're
Game
talking
Pass
about,
free,
like
bro.
so.
There you go.
They're not
That's a
gonna
good way
sell
to
the
jump into
game.
it.
They're just gonna be. It's gonna be included with Game Pass. Like the game comes out, you have Game Pass. You play Call of Duty, the new one.
Well,
Is it?
they'll still will sell it on Steam. They'll sell it on PlayStation,
Mhm.
but if and PC as well, unless you have an Xbox Game Pass subscription, like
Then
what I
it's
have and what BJ have, then it's going to be
then you
included.
got it.
So that's what we were saying. Like I think we jumping the gun a little bit on this one, but the whole thing we were saying is like this is going to bring more people to Game Pass,
Mhm.
right? Because everybody by the pay $20 a month or $17 a month, they have to pay for 1 month to pay full price for the game.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
I
but
feel
what happens if they're looking at their bills and they're like, I haven't really played anything. Let me shut this down. If you buy the game outright, it's the equivalent of paying between 3 and 4 months of
Yeah, but
Game
what
Pass.
happens if like
So if
they're
you are
looking
going to
at
go to
their
Game
bills
Pass
and they're
just
like,
for
I
that
haven't
game,
played anything,
and then all of a sudden you want to play this game a year later,
You buy the game
you've now
outright, it's
paid
the
what
equivalent
18
of
times
All right.
12
between
for
3
it.
and 4 months of Game
like we
Pass.
had said last time,
So if
like
you
Just
are
playing
gonna
devil's
go to
advocate.
Game
Duty,
Pass just for
Call
that
of Duty is
game,
not one of the not
and
one
then
of
all
these
of a
games that
sudden
you
you
only
wanna
play
play this
for
game a year later,
for an hour or
you've now
two. Call of
paid,
Duty is one of those
what,
games that you
18
continue to
times
play
12
multiplayer.
for
You
it.
play Warzone, and that's where a lot of the money comes from, right?
Play
The little
devil's advocate.
microtransactions from Warzone, from the multiplayer, right?
Right.
So yeah, you might put it on Game Pass, but people still gonna pay money to get like a Snoop Doggy Dog freaking skin on their character or whatever it is at the time when this comes out.
That's where the money's at, the microtransactions. But
Well, look at
that's my curiosity here is if there's somebody who has an Xbox and they're like, I had Game Pass for a while, I canceled it for a while, nothing really interests me, and then here comes Call of Duty. Now they have to sit there and say, okay, I can jump in on Game Pass and I can have it day one for quote unquote free. But after 3 months of that being the only reason you got Game Pass, you're now overpaying and you don't have the game if you deactivate it. You know what I'm saying? That's the only part that it's just trying to make sense of it for myself. If I was in that position, I'm not sure what I would do.
But look at it this way: like Microsoft has always been one, not like PlayStation. That for you to play online, you have to pay your monthly premium, which is it used to be $10, right? For what it is core now, for this Game Pass core, right? So we always play online anyways. We always pay.
Well,
So-
no, Xbox does the same thing. You had Xbox Gold. You had to have Xbox Gold to be able to play your games online.
Right.
Yeah, actually, but I will say they copied that from Sony. Sony was the first one to start charging you to play online. See, look, you gotta take a jab at your own side, bro. You can't suck that green weenie.
No. When I was playing PlayStation 3, it was free to play online on PlayStation 3.
It was.
And I was
Towards the
paying,
end.
and I was paying for gold at the time. I was paying for gold $9.99 a month.
You can't suck that green weenie.
Oh, so Xbox, you're saying had it first?
Yeah,
You had to pay to be online? Okay.
It was.
Right,
OG
yeah,
Xbox
sure.
had that shit.
Towards the end.
Oh, bye, Chris.
Oh shit! What
Oh,
happened?
what's going on?
Oh man,
man.
are you a
Good.
fucking mutant?
Oh, so.
All right, Jubilee, keep it together.
Okay.
Yeah, let me not move my hands
Yeah.
over there.
Contain the powers to let them know.
Yeah, these companies copy each other, man. It's always like who's gonna do it first? They do it, and then the other one comes along and goes, okay, now I see, I can do it, and now I won't get yelled at.
Jose was trying to kick me off the damn podcast for making too much sense right now.
Yeah,
That's
these
what it
guys
was.
copy each other,
I'm
man.
waiting for the sense. I would never keep going. When I saw that come up, I was like, no, we're getting somewhere. Hey,
No,
man,
but
whatever
listen.
makes you guys happy. I'm happy. If you're happy, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the sense.
If Xbox is losing, you're happy.
I would never keep going.
No, the Xbox been losing for a long time.
We're getting
Ah,
No,
get out
it's
of
all
here.
doom and
Hey,
gloom,
man.
man. Xbox might not
Whatever makes you
exist
guys
after
happy.
June, so
If you're happy, I'm
Well,
happy.
I
That's
don't
what-
think so.
you might get what you want, Jay.
I wouldn't want an Xbox going anywhere, especially. But after spending $100 billion, I don't think they're gonna go away until they pay up.
No,
They
no,
need to
no.
bring in some
I
money.
don't think so.
They ain't gonna disappear.
This
They're
June
not gonna
9th
go
is gonna be
No, I don't want.
eye-opening for a lot of people. I think 100%.
What do you guys expect? Since we're predicting, what do you guys expect?
I'm expecting Gear 6 to be announced.
First person.
Duh. Duh.
Of course, Gear 6. I'm waiting to see more, like a little bit of Blade gameplay. Right?
Oh, that'd be nice.
I'm expecting to see that. Like I know BJ wanted to see Perfect Dark. That's what he wants to see. Fable probably. More of
Avowed.
Oh, that'd be nice.
About of course, and then Elder Scrolls 6, of course.
Hellblade.
Fallout 5.
Fallout 5. We doubt that one.
Don't take that away from me, sir.
Are you guys excited for 2 days from now?
What's going on 2 days from now?
Hellblade.
You guys don't know?
No.
You guys don't know what happens in 2 days?
Gotta go to work.
Okay, come on, Xbox guys. Listen,
No.
Sasuna Hellblade 2 comes out in 2 days. Don't forget. I know that your company hasn't been telling you about it, but I got you. It's on my calendar.
I'm ready preloaded. I already downloaded it already.
Listen.
Very good. Very good.
Already downloaded. It's ready on my system. Ready to
Hellblade
go.
2 comes out in 2 days.
Very good. Very good.
Finish with all the shit.
Wow, Jay coming with a lot of heat this episode, man. I think he's gonna eat his words come June.
This is it. Nobody knows what it is, but it's gonna be the one.
Let's see what PlayStation has for Xbox this June, and then we could talk.
Because right now the PlayStation game
but it's gonna be the one.
Lineup
lineup is kind of dry right now.
Yep.
Super dry.
That's right.
I watch him paint dry.
Yep. Kind of sounds like 2022 Xbox, huh? Or was it 2023? No, it's 2022 when Phil Spencer showed up and they didn't have not one game that come out that year. He still showed up to the award show. Weird flex, but okay.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he's just a fan, dog. Why always got to be a flex?
No,
Right. I mean, it's like Jim Ryan. Jim Ryan just doesn't show up to the shit.
Yeah, Jim Ryan just, he does his
Jim
little
Ryan-
report from his virtual room.
Yeah, he
Doesn't
got put
even show
aside.
up in person.
Yeah.
He's at home plotting like freaking was the guy from Mr. Evil, Dr. Evil? I had to take down the Xbox.
Right.
Jim Ryan's more like
Yeah,
Mr.
he got
Sinister with
put
his
aside.
ugly ass.
Yeah, well, he's been taking down Xbox since the Xbox One came out, but Xbox did that to themselves.
Nah.
So,
You tripping.
yeah, but so anyways, let me see what else we got.
This
predictions for
this
Steamy.
June showcase, they're gonna announce a new hardware, hopefully the handheld. Remember a few months,
Right.
Yeah, but
like a couple months ago, I did that survey
What else we got? So
for the handheld that Microsoft sent me. Probably taking feedback for a reason. And I think they're not gonna do a mid-console upgrade. It'd be stupid. They already lost the console war for this
Well,
generation.
we're saying the new console is due to come out in 2026.
Yeah, and I agree. If they get a head start on PlayStation, it'll be like the 360 days. Jump back on that. Everybody loves the new shit. They'll start buying it. You got a year head start on
Yep.
anything PlayStation can do. Especially if they come out later this year with the Pro, which is rumored to.
But PlayStation,
And they don't even play games on PlayStation. I don't know. They're selling all these consoles, but nobody's really playing games. Minus Helldivers, and look at what happened with that shit. Hey, let me lock you into a Sony account.
Yeah.
I don't know.
the backtrack though on that one.
Yeah.
Backtrack.
Still got record numbers, man. I don't see anything on Xbox playing that much.
Nah,
Forza?
Power World had just as much.
Right.
It
And
died.
that's a little
That thing-
kiddie game, bro.
That died in a month.
Nah, it's still
Power's
bumping.
gone.
It's still
The numbers are low, man. The numbers are low.
And it's a
They all
beta.
went on to play. They all went on to play Hellblade. I mean,
died.
what's it called?
Helldivers.
Dave the Diver.
Helldivers.
Until Sony locked them out.
Divers killing it.
Nah, that's just a bunch of small countries, and I think they set them straight.
Nah.
No, you don't think so?
Yeah.
No,
For sure.
but pretty soon they are gonna drop that launcher. So like because right now they put when Sony puts their games on Steam, basically they get paid I think like 70% of what they would normally get, and the rest of it goes to Steam. Obviously, they run it.
Because right now
So now they're gonna eventually put out their own launcher. That way they can get all the money, which makes sense.
70% of what they would normally
I'm-
get.
I'm- I'm
You need
curious.
to do that.
goes to Steam.
Perfect Dark.
He's that
With the-
handheld. That'd be awesome.
So now they're gonna
You know.
eventually
I know,
put out
right?
their own
Be
launcher.
awesome, yeah.
Would you guys buy
I'm
one?
probably not.
All the money, which
I'm
makes
probably not gonna get it because I got the Ally.
I would because I don't have it.
But
so
you
what
would.
I would do, not right away, but I'd be tempted to trade
Would
in
you
my
guys buy one?
Ally and try to sell it for a good price to get the new
Man,
Ally
really?
that they're dropping.
Really?
That thing sounds like a beast.
Yeah, it is. That's going to also be in June. They're going to talk about it. But apparently,
Yeah.
the original Ally that we have is still going to be around. That's going to be like a higher tier one. Like that thing, I think is going to cost $1,000 right out the bat. It's going to be like the equivalent of like one of the Alienware laptops or whatever that are like crazy good. It's going to be something like that. I think it's going to be like a new model of handheld. It even has a different name, not the Ally. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like the Portal?
Laptops or whatever.
Nothing like the
Oh,
Portal.
wait.
I haven't
Yeah,
heard anything
It's
about the
gonna be
Portal
like a new
lately.
model.
I have it if you want.
Because
I can
all
pull
the
it out.
Sony shit just
It's like a
dies,
box.
man.
So, I don't know.
Like, you
Yeah,
get
like the
sense-
consoles.
You
And the
have
games?
a
Nothing like
PS
the Portal.
VR 2.
Yeah. What,
Portal's
Oh,
not
that was a
bad.
mistake. That was
Yeah,
a mistake.
That was rough. Yeah. The Portal's not that bad.
yeah,
if
like the
you
consoles?
just don't play Final Fantasy
and the
16
games?
or 7.
You can't play anything. You
PSVR
gotta
was like
play
the
these
Nintendo-
real-time
But,
But
strategy
hey,
games.
that
Sea
was
of
a mistake.
Stars,
That was a mistake.
clean as fuck on
Oh yeah, of course.
that.
That's clean on the potato.
Yeah.
Stars runs great on my iPhone, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's comparable. But I enjoyed
man.
it. I tried
Yeah,
to play Final
VR
Fantasy
is the
16 on
equivalent of
that.
the Virtual
That's
Boy.
clean
So
on,
only use the
potato.
Portal for like Tetris type games, huh?
It's when my wife doesn't let me play in the room. I'm like, okay,
Hey, Uden Chronicles.
I'll go to the sofa.
Uden Chronicles is a beast.
Which one?
Uden Chronicles.
Oh, yeah, you should check that out.
But okay. I was gonna ask you, which one are you playing? 'Cause Rising or the new one?
I played the new one.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't want to go. I have the time to go backtrack.
I have the time.
Oh, yeah. You
Play
should check
Rising.
that out.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to get out of here, fellas.
All right,
So
man.
All
let
right,
me
bro.
run this by you real quick.
All right, I love your shirt.
Showcase. Showcase. What if they get the rights for Mass Effect 5
All right, bro.
and they
BioWare.
announce that shit there? I mean, it's already been announced, but they
Yeah.
actually show something
That's something.
and
Good.
say, "Yo, this is coming."
That's
I don't think they're allowed to
BioWare.
buy anything else.
Yeah. Oh God, here we go. And on top
Bill
of
Gates
that,
is like, you make us some money and then you can borrow some more. sorry. Go.
you'd be
I don't think they're allowed
surprised.
to buy anything
Let's
else.
see a Splinter Cell come back.
With interest
Right.
rates right now, that'd be rough.
Bill Gates is like, you
Get a loan.
Hell yeah.
Nah,
Sorry,
bro,
sorry.
they're gonna have some stuff cooking. I have
Yeah.
high hopes for this one.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to hear for sure.
I doubt they're gonna show maybe a Halo update, like a new season or something, but they're not gonna show a new game for Halo.
No.
That probably come next year or the year after.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to hear.
Um,
For sure.
I
New
said
season
Mass
of
Effect. Oh, there's a new 007 project that we haven't heard about. And
Mm.
and what better way to launch a 007 game with competition of Perfect Dark? Just
Yeah,
like the old
they do
days.
go together. Yeah.
The,
Hey,
the
we also haven't heard
N64,
anything
bro.
about the Sega project, right? We still haven't heard anything about that yet.
The super game, nah.
That's another
Which,
one that
that would be dope.
Yeah, they do go together.
Yeah, the possibilities on this one are pretty fire. We need to
I
see
can't
more
wait.
of Avowed. I hope they don't really show more of Indiana Jones. But we get release dates for these things, like
That'd
the
be good.
things from the direct. Remember the developers direct?
Yeah, we get the release
Those
dates.
games, I hope that we actually get clear release dates for them. So
Right.
Avowed, Indiana Jones, and
That'd
I
be
think the other one was that real-time strategy.
The Aria or something like that.
Oh,
Avia.
AO?
No, yeah, it's like a real time strategy thing, like civilization or not civilization, but like the fighting one.
Aria or
like
something
Age of Empires.
Hey, there you
Oh.
go. There you go.
I never
Something
got into
like
those
that.
games. I never got into those games.
yeah, it's
Oh, they
a
were
real-time
pretty
strategy
fire.
thing, like,
It looks nice.
Like
Um,
civilization or not
what
civilization,
else?
but like The fighting one.
Oh, there's something that I wanted to say.
Hey, there you
I
go.
should write these things down. Anyway,
Yeah. No,
that's it.
it looks nice.
We're gonna get a sneak peek at their handheld,
Yeah.
and that shit's supposed to be dropping later this year, according to the business update. Everything gets pushed back nowadays, so I wouldn't be surprised with a delay. But that is a way to kind of somewhat eat up the market share for whatever PlayStation Pro. That dumb shit's gonna drop for no reason because they're not even pushing hardware right now.
Right.
But that's beyond me. If y'all want to waste more money,
Yeah,
go ahead.
that's what they said about the PS4 Pro.
You mean the
Yeah.
PS5?
Yeah,
Bro,
no,
it
they
was
probably said the
different
same thing about
because-
PS4.
Nah. It was different because
Yeah. That's what they said about
COVID
PS4.
ate up a lot of this shit. So if COVID didn't happen, imagine the games would have been pushing a lot better
They
right
probably
now.
said the
yeah.
same thing about PS4.
Oh yeah.
But you know that shit set it back like
Yeah, it
2, 3,
did.
4 years. So
Yeah,
there's
I don't
no
know.
reason to do a mid console upgrade right now. In my
Think
opinion.
about that, man. Like we're several years into this generation, and I feel like they just announced these consoles. I feel like they
I don't
just announced them, and we're already talking about the next generation.
Think
It's
about that,
insane.
man. Like,
Crazy.
But it
insane.
feels like year
several
2
years
of this
into
generation.
and
to
I
It
be
feel
does.
honest.
Yeah.
PS5 came out during 2020, no?
I feel like they
Yep.
just announced
4
it,
years
and
ago.
we're already
Yeah.
talking about
Years
Yeah.
ago.
the next.
But it still feels like it came out last year.
Yeah.
It's insane.
So we had spoken about this in like a previous episode.
does,
Like
yeah.
the consoles of this life is the life of these consoles, man, is still like very young. You know,
Yeah.
to be moving on to another.
Yeah, but I think that they don't these big businesses, these big companies, they don't think about it like that. Like they think that we look at these things like iPhones, where it's like, oh, I got to get the
Right.
next one, got to get the next one, got to get the next one. So they're like, oh man, it's been a long time. You know, these
think that
things
they
usually
don't-
come out every 6 to 8
businesses,
years.
these big
We got to start working on the next one. And they kind of sold us on a lie, to be honest, because both the Xbox Series X and the PS5 say, you know, 4K, 120 hertz, or 8K, or whatever the hell it was. But you are not getting that. You're not getting a 4K 60 or 4K 120 unless it's like, you know, like again, Sea of Stars or something like that. So they're full of crap, man. Like that's just they just want to sell you more stuff and more stuff and more stuff. So
Only way you get
hopefully at
4K
least the handheld will be interesting.
Unless it's like
Portal.
like again. Sea of Stars.
Yeah.
So they
I really hope so. I want them to go all out. Like
Yeah.
for me, and I know that they
Hopefully
try
at
to
least the
appeal to
handheld
the
will be
masses
interesting.
because that's where the money is. But I really think that they
Yeah.
should dedicate like a piece of hardware for the hardcore that want the top of the line everything.
Right.
You know, even if that shit costs $1,000,
Oof.
you know, have that option and then
Yeah.
have like a little dumber down version for other people that don't really care about that stuff. But then again, I think that I'm not
But then
knowledgeable in this, but
but then
then
you're
games
like
get hold back because the developers have to make it for the low end.
right.
So
But
I don't really know how that works.
but then you're dividing the fan base. You know, like because you know, like these consoles get played worldwide, and not everybody in every country is gonna be able to afford that kind of console.
Well, you
And
remember my dream console?
Atari 2600.
No, where you
man.
talk about that you could piece it and take out the video card and so, almost like if it was a PC but has a console.
Right. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can, yeah.
Upgradable.
I mean, imagine they come out with that shit, and then you got the options there
No, where
to
you
get
talk about
the
that you could piece
4K,
it and take out the
60,
video
or
card and stuff.
120,
Yeah,
Almost like a
whatever.
our consoles now are basically PCs. They're basically
know.
PCs. They're like back in the day, the consoles were very different from one another internally, like with what chips they had and stuff like that. So it was a lot more competitive, and you couldn't get things to look like, for example, Sega Saturn and the PlayStation 1. Theoretically, they're very similar, but PS1 could not do what the Sega Saturn could do with 2D graphics. It looked like you play a Street Fighter, the cartoony looking one, and it looks crispy and clean. It looks amazing, like an arcade. Then you go to the PS1, it doesn't look like that. But then when you go to the 3D games on the PS1, you can't reach that with the Sega Saturn. They were built very different. N64 is a prime example. Now you go all the way to where we are now, and they're just PCs. Like the Xbox and the PlayStation are extremely similar. It's just PCs now at this point. So what you're saying, BJ, makes a lot of sense. They should probably get to that point where you could upgrade it. I don't know.
PlayStation.
I don't think they care about us enough to do that.
I think you're dividing fan base. I mean,
What you're saying, BJ, makes
I-
a lot of sense. They should.
I
probably
I don't know. I don't
swap
see it that way. I see
you
it
know, you want, you
that
could
because
also
these
do
consoles are made
I don't
to appeal to the masses
I
and
don't think they
you
care
know
about
to
us
have
enough to
your
do that.
what for the people that can't own a PC, a $1,500 PC, you have a console, right? That can do
Right.
almost as a console as a PC, and I think they should keep to that same formula. I mean, yeah, of course, make better games for it, you know, whatever. Stick to your word of 120 frames per second, 4K, whatever that thing is, but
Right.
don't over raise the prices to make it so unaffordable for people that that want those consoles. You know that I don't know.
Yeah, but
It's
that's
just
why
me.
you have an entry level thing so that people can get in if they wanted to. And then
Yeah, it's like
the
a
developers,
But if you
pending
get an entry
COVID,
level,
got backed up that
but
they
I think
could have performance options versus like standard options for these games, that you
but
get to
imagine
optimize to the max settings if you wanted to.
but imagine you get the entry level console that does the same thing as the console you have now. What's the point of that? It's a waste of money.
No, but we
You know,
have a Series X which pushes a lot more than the Series S. But
right?
in the
But I'm
games is
saying,
what I'm saying. Like you plug in Starfield, they give you the options to run 60 frames, 4K versus the S that you can't for those people that don't really care. You know what I'm
okay,
saying?
right? I don't know.
But
I
they
guess.
should have more options. It's just that now everything takes so long and so much money and it's
yeah.
just crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
But
Yeah, it takes a whole console generation to make one game of a certain genre. Like your Gears, you're gonna get Gear 6 for sure, but Gear 7 will be on the
That
next
is
console,
crazy.
maybe,
It
right?
takes a whole console
And you look back
generation
at Final Fantasy
to
7, 8, and 9
game
came out back to back to back.
of a
You
certain
know, and
genre.
there's other examples of that. Gran
Gear 6
Turismo
for sure.
1 and 2 both came
Gear
out on
7
PS1.
will be on the next
You know, it was
console.
just different back then.
Right.
It's just getting harder, and that's
You look
making
at
Like
me go
Gears of
back to
War,
retro games a
7,
lot
8, and
more.
9 came out
Gears
back
of
to
War
back to back.
1, 2, and 3
You
came
know,
on the
there's
Xbox
other
360,
examples of that. Gran Turismo
Crazy.
1
See?
and 2 both came out
Yeah.
on PS1.
It
and they were
is,
all
the
great.
game done changed.
Then
No
it's
pun
gonna be
intended.
harder.
And
That's
every
making
game
me go back to
improved
retro games
upon
a
the
lot
other.
more.
You know,
and they always start getting better, like
See?
more
towards the end,
better
The game done
performance, better
changed. No pun
graphics
intended.
towards the end of the generation. So
right? Now we haven't reached that in this generation, man. We haven't reached that ending point yet, and that's what sucks about them announcing another console in 2 years and PlayStation coming out with a Pro in this year.
I'm game for it, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm game. Like give me that new shit.
I just
I
feel like I
want
got.
I want to see them start competing again in that space. They already lost this one like by a lot, so but they've also grown in so many other ways. Their services are the best. There's no better value than Game Pass.
Mm,
You get so much bang for your buck.
yeah,
And look at how many good things they have. They always have some new stuff.
I mean,
Death's Door, Hollow Knight, like all kinds of games coming out. Tunic on Game Pass, like
look at you, the
real.
Chronicles. Chronicles is included with Game Pass, and I think you had to pay $49 to play it on PlayStation.
Sea
Yeah, I
of
think
Stars was included.
Right?
Rising,
Mutant
Rising
Chronicles
is
Rising is free,
included. Yeah,
yeah,
Rising is free, and
but not
then
Chronicles.
no, it's 49.99. How much is Game Pass a month?
20
Literally,
bucks,
I
17
20
bucks, I
bucks,
think.
17
18,
bucks.
something like that.
Yeah,
Hey, real quick, you guys know Dune?
Yeah,
the
The
boys.
games
game
do
do?
The movie Dune 1, 2?
that one with the Rock.
Yeah.
No, man,
Oh,
not
Dune,
Dune.
Dune.
Oh,
Yeah,
Dune,
Oh,
Dune. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
we still got that game that's
The game,
supposed to be an MMO that they haven't shown
Really?
anything about really.
Mm.
So
I think
That'll bring
maybe
some.
that shit makes an
DUNE.
appearance because I really enjoyed the. I just got
movie.
into it. The
Movies are
movies
good.
are pretty dope, man.
I tried to watch the first one, but
It's
I,
slow, but it's like it
yeah,
builds up so much for the next movie,
it's
and then the
obviously
next
great,
movie
but I
builds
haven't.
up. Yeah,
Yeah, I have to try again. But if an MMO hits, they're
it
golden
hits.
because
Yeah,
that's money in the bank. That's every month. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yep,
That
you gotta pay that
that's money.
membership, and
Yeah.
it'll be in addition
Look
to
at
Game Pass though.
Like,
That's why you
I
don't have World of Warcraft yet on there.
Yeah, I played World of Warcraft for a long time and Final Fantasy 14, and honestly, I never felt
Yeah,
like
you gotta
that
pay that membership.
12.99 or whatever the
It'll
hell it
be in
was
addition
every
to Game
month
Pass though.
was like a
That's why
burden.
you don't have
Like
World of Warcraft
Yeah.
Really.
on there.
because it's like they add stuff all the damn time. There's little festivals and all that stuff. They make
Right.
you feel like it's worth it.
Right.
Yeah, Chris said that was highway robbery until Game Pass or until Square
Yeah.
Enix decided to
No,
let you in
but I
on
still
it.
have, but I still
Now you
haven't
can
played
give
it.
us money.
I
No,
still
yeah,
haven't played it.
Yeah.
but the thing about those MMOs
Chris
is that
said
they
that was
cost
highway
monthly, which is
robbery
like and
until
World of
Game Pass
Warcraft.
or
You know, we
until
paid. I
Square
think back then it was
Enix
$15
decided to let
when
you in
that
on
thing
it.
came out, and we were paying
Yeah, you can
$15
give
a
us
month.
money.
But there were
Yeah.
new
No, yeah,
things often, and they were like,
those
you know, you have
MMOs,
this
but they
world map
cost
that you
monthly,
know
which is like
inside and out,
World
and
of
all of a
Warcraft.
sudden there's a whole new
You pay
continent with new
$15 a
quests,
month,
with new, and they'll add a race and a new species, and
$15 a
it's
month,
just so much
but there
cool
was
stuff
new
that they
things
add.
and new
So it's
content.
worth it. And you know what? At the end of the day, you
You have
stop
this
it,
world
you
map
get
that
off
you
of it for a
know
few months if you don't want,
inside and
and you
out,
get
and all
that
of a sudden
that
there's a
itch
whole
to
new
play it again.
content with new
You
quests,
pay, and you jump back on.
and they'll
You
add a
know,
race
No,
and
you're
new
that's
it's
species,
kind
and
of like I
it's
don't know
just
if you
so much
guys
cool
play
stuff that they
Destiny. It's
add.
kind of
So
like
it's
that,
worth it.
except
Yeah.
And you know what? At the
on
end
a
of the day, you stop it
massive
and get off of
scale.
it for a
Because
few months
Destiny,
if you
you
don't want,
might go
and
to
you
the
get that
city, you
that
might see
itch to
like
play it
30
again,
people.
and you
Right.
keep
If
Hanging
playing
out.
it.
if
Right.
yeah, if you go to
That's
I mean, nerding it up,
Orgrimmar.
but if you go to Orgrimmar in
Yeah.
Warcraft, you're gonna see like 100 and something people. If there's a
Yep.
shit ton of people, you can't get in. Like it's on
Locked
another
out.
scale. There's an auction house and stuff like that.
Orgrimmar.
The
Like you
auction house is
can,
insane.
yeah, you can like literally have your own economy. Like if someone has
Yep.
enough money to buy up all like the potions, like they can like manipulate the market. It's
The auction
it's
house is
it's like a
insane.
little world. It's the metaverse before anyone thought the
Yeah,
metaverse was a thing.
that's
It's
exactly.
it
Wow.
not saying that I would do it again because that shit like ain't nobody got time for that. But
The
it's
addiction is real.
yeah,
Right.
no. Well, the main
Yeah,
problem with those games are the
that's
people. Like
exactly.
once you get like some little like 13-year-old kid, hey man, you didn't get here at 8 o'clock at time. I was like, bro, I got shit to do. I didn't make it on
Yeah, for
time.
the
Like, bro,
raids. For
like
the
bro,
raids, these fucking
suck.
guys have no life.
Yeah. If Nick ever reads this, like, hey, yeah, summon my ass, bro. Then bring me over there. Like, I'll be late, but I'll be there. You know? Like, fuck.
For the raids,
That
Oh
for the
God.
that's.
Nick
raids, you
banning
guys
me
have no
for a
life.
raid.
You, Nick.
Fuck you, Nick.
I'm gonna send this to him.
Hey,
Hell
fellas,
yeah,
I'm
Worth
man.
it.
sorry, but I gotta go.
All
No
right,
Wife
worries,
man.
my
sleep.
boy.
That
All
All
right.
right,
Thanks for
we're
the
going into
news.
the Fallout. Take care, my
Fuck
guy.
Nick.
Fuck
you gotta
it.
send this to
Nick.
him.
That's we used to call him a dictatorship.
Dictatorship.
No worries.
Oh,
He
Nick,
was our
we're
he
gonna.
was our
All right,
leader.
we're going to the
Dictatorship or
Fallout.
the
Take care, my guy.
Who's been
Nickler.
Noxie, a Nixie, a
Nickler.
Noxie?
Nickler.
Nick.
Fucking
All right, so we can just talk about we
Okay.
got Fallout, the Fallout the TV series here. I took a couple of notes on this so we could talk about just a little bit,
Yeah.
and we could wrap it up after
All
that.
right, so we can
But
just talk
Sure.
about
before
we got
jumping into
Fallout
it, I wanted to know
TV
what's you
series here.
guys'
I took a
history
couple of
with
notes on it that
Fallout.
we could talk about just a
You want to
little
go, Jacob?
bit.
Go ahead, man.
Um,
HP for
fall.
beauty, man. Go.
and we could wrap
Thank
it
you.
up after that. But
Fallout
before
4.
jumping
That's
into it,
that's
I
about
wanted to
it.
know
Like I
what's you
first got
guys'
into Fallout
history
with
with
Fallout 4
Fallout.
and I was like, why not? Man, that was crazy. Crazy. Like that's such a crazy story. And I love like apocalypse kind of shit. And nah, man, that game was amazing. So I mean, that was the only thing I had with it, and it kind of the show kind of gives you a little bit backstory and future story because it gives you information that you never had in the game. But I'll wait until
Yeah.
you give yours.
Yeah. I started with Fallout 3, and then Fallout New Vegas, and then went to
Nice.
4. 4, I only played it barely 5 hours, 6 hours. I didn't really get into too deep into it. Not like New Vegas. New Vegas was for sure my favorite.
Mhm.
New Vegas took a lot of my time. That was a great game. And but other than that, yeah, it was just New Vegas mainly, and then of course, Fallout 3. But Fallout 4, like I said, I
It never
didn't
hit.
play that much.
Like, may I ask why? Like, what didn't hit about it? No, because I loved it.
No,
I just
no,
curiosity.
because it's because I'm the type of player, and they'll tell you that I play 5-6 games at a time,
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
and I lose focus quick. You know, so I was playing Call of Duty like crazy. I was playing Call of Duty and Gear, like always Gears of War. I play Gears of War like Madhouse.
Mhm.
Gears of War 5. 'Cause I really enjoy the multiplayer. So anything that had multiplayer, that's what I was playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Okay.
why I didn't get into like Fallout 4 that much. And then it was always choppy at the beginning, man. It kind of frustrated me because it was so choppy sometimes.
Yeah,
So
it's hard in the beginning of that game of all of them that you like. There's a lot of it. Just looks like a first person shooter game, but there's a lot of strategy involved. And if you're not like
it's
planning
hard
ahead
in the beginning of that
and
game,
figuring
of
things
all of
out
them that you
and all that, and like you're saying, Chris, without the focus, it's going to be very hard to manage that game. Like you go around starting to pick things up, you're like, what's valuable, what's not, what should I pick up, what shouldn't I? You all of a sudden you're over encumbered, you can't pick up the things that you actually do need to pick up, and then it's a whole big hassle. So that's something you got to be like thinking about basically. And that's the kind of game this is. For me, it was 3, and I remember back in Hialeah playing it in our room, and I was on the PS3, and I was just like, I was playing it, and I was like, at first I was like, what the hell did I get? I don't know what kind of game. I had never played anything like that. Never Oblivion, Skyrim type games. I never played anything like that. So I started playing it. At first it was very rough, and I remember thinking like, I don't know if I want to keep playing this. But man, sticking with it really paid off because that game was just so damn deep. So I'm an OG Vault 101. That's the vaults in 3. Vault 101 is my vault. So and then I never did New Vegas. I think I just missed it. I didn't even know about it until I was playing 4. Yeah, I guess I was just there was an era where I stopped playing games. I'm not proud of myself, but
that was on
eventually I got
360.
back.
I played that one. I think I played that one on
Yeah.
360.
Yeah, I was playing the PS3, and then I played a little bit of the Xbox 360, but I think maybe when we got kicked out of it is when I eventually was like, all right, I'm done with games for a while after that investment, and then we screwed it up playing copied games. But that thing snitched on us.
I played so many games with that thing. God bless it. All those Mass
Yeah.
Effects and all that stuff. But yeah, no online games.
Yep.
That was
And
both my focus for a while. It's online.
Yeah.
hey, Chris, you're missing out on some hardcore DLC, bro, because the DLC when Fallout 4 came out, I looked at it and I was in love with it, man. I downloaded it with the season pass, got all the DLC.
Really?
Bro, I had a building that, like, you know how a building would have gargoyles on it? I built in my base basically a building that had all the different power armors that I had collected throughout the game, like
Right.
gargoyles standing watch. I had,
Yeah.
it was cool. There was like a Vault Tech one that looked kind of like a Vault person. There was a Nuka-Cola one. There was the military one. There has to be like 20, 25 different versions. And I had a bunch of them like watching over my town. It was really cool. But it's you have to be very tactical about it because one of your citizens, it might just be exploring, walking around the neighborhood, and they walk up to the power arm and they'll get in it. So you have to take out the fusion core, like in the movie,
Vision Core,
Yeah.
so that they don't jack your shit.
I remember.
Take the keys out. So, but getting into the show, one of the things I noticed right off the bat, which is really cool, this is one of those things that BJ probably wouldn't have recognized, as I don't think he had played the games, but you guys would, is that the whole special thing, where you put points into the different attributes and all that stuff. So it's kind of funny to see that they're basically training everybody up, and everybody has their job and their thing that they do and everything like that. It's almost like they're forcing you to put your skill points in wherever you're going to put them.
Right.
So this chick, our main protagonist in the TV show, seems to have her points all over the place.
Right.
But I would have to say that charisma probably has to be number 1 because she could talk her way out of freaking anything.
Yeah. Volt 31, right? That's where she's from.
Yeah.
Well, remember,
no,
it-
she's 33.
Yeah, she's
her-
33.
31, 32, 33 all connected, and we just found out in this last episode the weird thing about that.
And the funny thing is, she's like, "Oh, my accuracy wasn't that great, but it was amazing, and her jiu-jitsu and all that stuff." It's like, "Oh, I'm okay," but she was like whooping everyone's ass, like so.
Yeah, right.
She got extra points on that thing. I don't know what
Charisma.
She hacked that thing.
Yeah, man, and they really captured that whole style of the game in the 50s, where everybody's like, "All right, honey, I'm home. Oh, kids, what'd you do today?" Like everything's very like bubbly and friendly and all that stuff, and it's like that in the game to the point that it's funny. It's like these people are so like innocent in their mind, but then they're walking into all this craziness that's going out there, and they're still like, well, we got to rebuild civilization. That's what they've been being fed for 200 years. So the show, that's something that could have easily been screwed up, and the show would have been like, it doesn't feel like Fallout. But no, they knocked it out the park, man. Everybody's playing their role really well.
So let me ask you a question. This I wanted to ask you this for a while now because you hadn't finished the show, and I did like a month ago. So
I finished it.
Remember the scene, the
I
one
finished it,
scene
right?
with the guy, huh?
I finished it, right? Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I wouldn't be talking about it unless we were done. I finished it.
That's what I'm asking you now. So
yeah.
there was the one scene, right, where the guy that got his foot hurt. I think I don't know what happened. It got hurt, something like that. And the guy that's walking around is really weird. It's like a doctor that does like potions and shit like that.
Right.
And he injects them with like the strand that basically turns people into ghouls. Yeah. Was that in the game? I don't remember that. Like,
I don't think you could turn somebody into a ghoul unless maybe they get a lot of radiation exposure, and if that shot was something like that, then I guess it could have happened.
Yeah,
but the whole point of the ghoul, the whole point of the ghoul is that they were out there when the bombs went off, and they ended up looking like this because of the effects. So kind of cheap, but I guess technically it's in the realm of possibility.
I guess it's like radiation for like I guess they're trying to hit like radiation will cure cancer and all that stuff, so like it'll cure anything. But the downside is
turn into a ghoul.
You'll turn into a ghoul, which ain't that bad.
And then you got to take drugs to keep up from turning into a feral ghoul.
I mean, who doesn't want to take drugs though? Honestly, no. Kidding, kids.
Yeah, it's kid friendly.
Sorry. I mean, I'm talking about Advil.
Yeah. No, but so I thought that was pretty interesting. That one scene with that guy, and he injects him and he starts regenerating again, but he doesn't know what's coming yet because I don't think the guy realized what's coming yet. He just know, I'm getting better now. Yeah,
that was funny because then he gets hit in the throat with what was it, like an arrow or a gunshot? What was it? It's been a while since I watched it.
An arrow.
Arrow, yeah, and then he was like, "Oh, what the hell?" And then he realized that he's regenerating.
Right.
Yeah.
And the whole scene when that was another cool part of it. I forgot what it's called. Those floating robots. I forgot what they called them. That was a cool.
Mr. Handy, was it?
Mr. Handy, yeah.
Oh, those were so cool, man. They played that perfect to a T. The guy does everything. He's a surgeon. He's this. He's that. Right.
Mr. Handy, yeah.
And when they go into that little, I guess like a drug den they had where they were selling out those the drug for the people so they wouldn't turn into ghouls kind of thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
Yeah, so they won't go feral.
Right. So the girl was there, and then they strapped her to a table, right? Am I mistaken?
Oh yes, because they were trying to take her organs, because that's just,
That's how they make the drugs and stuff like that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, man. They killed it with that one, and something cool that they kind of, I mean, by the end of the series you end up learning it, but something that is like a thing in the whole Fallout thing is, nothing is ever as innocent as it seems. So the vaults, you have all these people paying all this money to go into the vaults, but of course it's not even good enough to have money. So the people who make the vaults, they have to play God or whatever. So they put some people in the vault, and then all of a sudden there's a lot of ones that are like different experiments. Like there might have been some that got exposed to radiation. There's some that it's like, all women and one man, all men and one woman. And then like what was cool about the game is that you would go into these different vaults, and sometimes they were open and everybody was dead, or they were open and everybody was gone. And you'd go into the computers and you'd read the logs, and it was some of the coolest stories. Like, this vault was one man and a bunch of women. They eventually killed them after then they exited the vaults, but too early, radiation. Like, it was pretty cool, all the stuff that, like, I mean, it's messed up, but it's pretty cool. And then, of course, we learned that Vault 31 kept, all the overseers kept being people who were being thawed from the current time, like real time.
Right.
So that's pretty damn cool right there. Yeah. So I guess that's what Moldaver, the female at the end, I guess that's what her deal is. Yeah, it must be that she was frozen, right? Because what else makes sense?
Yeah.
Unless
And
she
then
was
she
like a
escaped.
ghoul, but a ghoul
Yeah.
that doesn't look
So I
like a
guess that's
ghoul
what
doesn't
No,
really
but
make
Moldaver
sense.
dies at the end, so she couldn't be a
I guess
ghoul.
that's
Those
when
ghouls
her
regenerate,
feelings-
right?
Yeah,
Well,
but also
unless
because
you
she
hit him in
froze him, right?
like
'Cause
it's
how
kind of
else-
like a
what
zombie.
else
You
makes
can
sense?
kill
Oh.
him. You gotta shoot him in the head though. Like that's why she killed. I mean, spoiler. She kills her mom
Yeah.
or whatever. You know,
Mm.
because she was
Okay.
a ghoul and all that stuff. So you could kill a ghoul. You just have to like it's kind of like a hardcore zombie. You gotta take him out.
But the thing is, she didn't even look like a ghoul. She looked like a normal person.
That's the only thing. Like maybe
Yeah.
they'll show like maybe they had something because the technology is weird. Like it's old timey but also futuristic. So unless she had some way to make herself look, but also assumptions because it could have been that she just was in a vault, but I don't think she was in a vault because she tried to get into a vault. You know
Right,
what I
right,
mean?
right.
And I don't think she didn't work for the company. She was actually against the company, like protesting against it. Like she was trying to get the actor, the ghoul.
Mm-hmm,
You know what I
mm-hmm.
mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Trying to get her on her side because she was against the
Mhm.
company. So I
Yeah, that's
think
a good
I think
point. How would she get cryogenically frozen if she wasn't an employee or anything like that at all?
yeah, I think
Right.
she was a ghoul or some sort of radiation, and the Lord shined on her and she looked all right.
Yeah, it's a good
Yeah.
You
point.
know,
How would she
she was
get
Two
like, all
two
right,
hundred years.
employee or anything like
yeah,
that at all?
not bad.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
they did good with that. And then at the end of the show, you get to see they were walking towards the city, and I was like, that kind of looks familiar. But at the end, they confirmed it. They go into New
New
Vegas,
Vegas.
Yeah,
Yes,
they did.
sir. Yes,
They
so
did
sir.
that
good
should
with
be
that.
really
And
cool.
That's
at
gonna be
the end
fun
of the
because there's a lot of
show,
fun characters in New
you get
Vegas,
to see
man.
the
I
when
never
they were
played
walking
it.
towards
I
the city,
really
No,
and I was
want
like,
to.
that
I
kind of
want to
looks
play
familiar. But at the
Fallout
end, they
3. I want to
confirmed
play
it.
New Vegas
You're
because
going
I
to New
literally started with
Vegas.
Fallout 4, and I was like,
yeah.
man, this
That
is
should be
awesome.
really cool.
But I've heard that Fallout 3 and New Vegas is even better than 4. But I thought 4 was so awesome that I need to
Fallout
do it.
3 was
Yeah.
in Washington D.C., wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
They called it
Was it?
the the damn. What did they call the Commonwealth? The
Yeah.
Commonwealth.
Con-
No,
Right.
That
but
was what the
that's
area was
in
called, but it's
Fallout
DC.
4.
They called it
But that's in Fallout 4 also, the
the
Commonwealth.
They talk about it, but in Fallout 4, it's the Boston. They're in
the
Boston,
Commonwealth.
Mm,
The
and it's
Commonwealth.
yeah,
called something else, I
That
think.
was what the
Oh
area was
no,
called.
you know what? I'm sorry.
I
Yeah,
think
I guess it
yeah.
is Commonwealth because Fallout 3 was
Well,
the
they talk about
Capital
it, but
Wasteland.
in
That's what it
Fallout
was, the
4,
Capital
Right.
Wasteland.
Boston.
So yeah, my bad. Commonwealth is Boston, which
Called
makes sense
something
because
else, I
that's
think.
you know
Oh no, you know
old
what?
school
I'm sorry.
Boston,
Yeah, I guess it is
And
Commonwealth,
Commonwealth.
all that
and
stuff,
you
Fallout
said
science, history.
3
you said
was the
Fallout
capital
5 is gonna be
wasteland.
Miami
That was
Vice,
what it
right?
was, the capital wasteland.
That'd be some shit right there.
Those
Fallout
ghouls are
5.
gonna be those ghouls are gonna be on. Like
Fallout 5
All
Hialeah.
Cafecito,
that stuff.
Cafecito. Like
it'll it'll look like Dead Island. All the
yeah.
people in bathing, the ghouls in
That'd be
bathing
some
suits.
shit right there.
Oh,
But
Oh man.
Hialeah.
It'll look.
okay, but in Fallout 3 and New Vegas, does
It'll,
it say
it'll look
who
like Dead Island.
started the
All the
bombing?
people
Because
in
I know the
bathing,
show
the
does,
ghouls in bathing suits.
but in Fallout 4 it doesn't. So I'm just curious because I never
I
played it.
can't remember. It's been so long, bro.
Okay,
You
but you
know
guys picked
that
that up on the show that why
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think what they did there is they took the story into their own hands and they said this is the direction we're going. And that's
Mm.
what's kind of cool about
know,
the next game coming up
that
because they just gave them something very
yeah.
interesting to work with.
So I
So
think
now the
what they
next
did
game,
there is
because I don't think the
they took
games
story
ever
into
said
their own
who
hands
started
and
it.
said, "This is the
Basically,
direction we're going."
there was
And that's what's
Anchorage
kind of
because there was
cool about the
DLC
next game
for the
coming up
third game
is they
where
just
you
gave
go
you
to
the
I think it was
story
Alaska and you're fighting
Now the next
Really?
game,
Chinese
I don't
people and
remember
Russian
the
people.
names.
So it's
It was just
basically
a
a
story.
fight
that's a
between us
Fallout.
and them.
You
Yeah,
have to go
Fallout 3. I think that's the
Really?
for the
yeah,
third
that's
Oh, I remember
Fallout
that.
game. You
3's
go to
DLC. So if you're
You
playing
Alaska
kill
Fallout
like three
3,
and you're
people and you beat the
fighting
game.
yeah,
'Cause you're-
exactly. No,
yeah.
yeah, but that's how it was. Like they were fighting, whatever, and then eventually the bombs start, and the bombs are in the air, and then other people start sending bombs, and it's like the bombs are crossing each other in the air, and just blowing up the whole world, I guess. And then you start hearing on the radio about other places that have gotten affected. So it's pretty crazy. So a lot of people have said that they didn't like the show because it was depressing, but that's like kind of like the whole point. When I
Right. The
played
whole point
Fallout
of it.
4,
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of times you'd start to play, you'd feel like it's like down about it, but you still enjoy kicking ass.
I mean, it makes
So
sense. Like honestly, like the way they put it, like
a lot of times you'd start to play,
you're a company and you're selling
down
apocalypse, end of the world.
kicking
Like
ass.
you're gonna do everything you can to make that
So
money. Like so, if you
hmm
can end the world, you hit. Like you're doing great. So it was honestly like I when I was watching it and then you see the nukes hit, I'm like, man, it honestly makes sense. Like, I get it.
Yep.
Good job, you guys really killed it. I wish I would have bought
No.
stock in
Oh,
you. Vaultec. If that ever hits, buy.
Yep.
it was great. No, that show
Not
was a good
financial
show, man.
advice.
Yeah, you guys can't see it now, but you'll see it because I know you guys can't see me because we're having freaking errors here. But I just put up next to my little God of War statue over here. I put up my Nuka-Cola. I have a Nuka-Cola
you?
Quantum, bro. When Fallout 4 came out, I didn't buy the crazy pack that came with the Pip Boy and all that stuff. I thought about it, but I was like, man, I don't know, whatever. But then all of a sudden, I saw either a commercial or something, an advertisement saying that Jones Soda, which I had never heard of, is making Nuka-Cola, specifically Quantum, which is the one that glows blue in the game. You're walking
Right.
around, and you see that blue
Yeah.
glowing one. So I saw that. I went to Target, bro. I got crazy. I was trying to find it. I was asking employees. I found a young employee that acted really shady, and I remember telling my wife, telling Amanda, like, bro, these guys I think are flipping it. They're flipping it online. You look online, bro, $100, $200 for one, two, or
Jesus.
three bottles of this freaking soda. So eventually, I was like, bro, I'm not gonna. I kept looking, no luck. Eventually, several months later, the Jones company says, hey, we realized that people started scalping these sodas, so we're putting them out. And I think I paid like $25 for a 4-pack. So I drank one, of course, had to see what the hype was all about.
Right.
And then the other one, I can't remember if I gifted one to somebody, but I have 2 more. So I just put one here up here.
I saw
So
it.
you guys
I
will
saw
see
it.
it.
How old is that?
How old is that? Oh, so it will be from 2016, 17.
Okay.
It's probably expired.
8 years.
It's just flat.
Yeah. Yeah. I drink
Nah.
it still.
Nah.
It was like blue raspberry is what it tastes like. In case anyone
Worst case
curious.
scenario, you turn into a ghoul. I mean, life can be.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, and one last thing I wanted to mention. Did you notice there were no super mutants and no death claws in the
Right.
show?
Yeah. I saw that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I saw that.
That'll be
They
on the
had that
next
big,
season.
they had that big monster thing.
The
And
bear.
the water, right? The guy
Well,
from
they
the
had the
water?
bear and they had the one in the water that was
Yeah. like a salamander looking
amphibian,
thing.
yeah, salamander kind of thing, like an
That'll be on the
amphibian,
next season.
weird little thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they had some things that, but I mean, they can go so far with that. Any single animal they want.
Yeah, they got a lot of
Free.
material to work with still, for sure.
My favorite part though, dog meat. I love they put dog meat
Oh,
in there.
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
That was great. I love
Dog.
dog meat.
I never found it online, but unless like I have problems, but I'm pretty damn sure I saw a Rottweiler also in
Yeah.
that game.
There is. I think it was for a couple of missions or something like that.
Yeah, I guess I thought like, oh, he's staying with me, and I think I lost him, but maybe that was part of the game, and I was just looking for him for like hours. Never found him.
There is. I think it was for a
You
couple
all
of
have
missions or something
our-
like that.
That one regret.
He's called. I just looked it up real quick. He's called the Junkyard Dog.
There you go.
That's the dog's name.
Can you
Yeah,
keep
he's a
him
Rottweiler.
or he just always leaves?
I don't-
Just tell me he
I don't
always
know.
leaves just to make me feel better.
So if you put a doghouse in your settlement, he'll stay in it, and you can keep him around.
Oh, there you go, bro.
Yeah, I think I didn't put
Got-
enough food.
Like,
and
like I got this.
So
Like I
Yeah.
got
if you put a
I could have had them all. I could have had a Rottweiler and a German Shepherd, like every other house in
Damn.
Hialeah.
Nice. He was a stocky boy too.
all you're missing is
Alright.
the roosters, bro, and that would have been set.
I would have beat the game without even playing it.
Yep.
Sure.
All right. You guys got anything else before we wrap up?
Oh, sure, that's it.
He was a stocky boy.
All right.
No,
All right.
the Vaultec was right. Good plan.
It's the end of the world.
I do it
Sounds
too.
good.
You guys got anything else?
Sounds
before we-
good. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us. That was another episode. Hopefully, this one comes out a little bit better than last time. But yeah, if you like it, do all those things: like, comment, sub, and all that good stuff. Definitely comment because we like to talk about this
All right,
stuff.
guys,
So
well,
Yeah,
thanks
let's
for
talk about
joining
jump.
us. That was
You'll
fun.
find us in there.
Hopefully this one
So
comes out
all right, we'll see you all in the next one.
last
Peace.
time. But,
Peace.
yeah, if you like it, do all.